Yes, it does exist. Let's take a look. Roll the GT. What up YouTube peeps? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are taking a look at this, the Positive Spark 40. I ordered this 3 months ago and it's finally arrived. I ordered it on the 6th of April 2020 and it cost me $268, which is about £200, and I got it in mid-July. Now I know some people have been waiting a lot longer than what I have for this to come through, but hopefully you'll get yours soon due to the COVID pandemic, which no one could have anticipated. Things have been taking a bit longer. Plus I don't think Positive Grid realised how popular this little amp was going to be. Okay, so let's take a look at this amp as a standalone amp. Goes through some of the features. It's a nice compact size at 35.5 centimetres long, 20 centimetres high and 19 centimetres deep. It houses two 4-inch speakers in it. It's a 40 watt modelling amp. There's an app you can download with this as well, the Spark app on iOS or Android, and we'll have a little play with that later. Going from left to right then, on the top panel we have the on-off switch, which in my personal opinion needs to be a bit more substantial. I would have preferred if it was just a button switch rather than the metal little stick. Feels a bit cheap. You've got the LED light that shows you whether it's on. Then below that we have the amp settings that we can choose, the amp sets that we can choose. We've got acoustic, bass, clean, glassy, crunch, high gain and metal. Then we've got the EQ for the amp, so we've got the gain, we've got bass, got mids, the treble and the master. We've got the modulation knob, and then we have the delay knob and a reverb, and then we have the overall output volume as well. And above that we've got tap. The tap is there to set the delay time. And then we've got presets 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can hold 4 different presets in this app. If you press and hold the tap button, it will give you a tuner. It's got an inbuilt tuner. Then the lights flash. Number 2 goes green, that means that you're in tune. Then you've got this music volume knob, which again personally I thought feels a bit cheap as compared to the other knobs. This is one of the knobs that I'd like to have seen to have been a bigger size. Then you've got your headphone input, which is 3.5mm jack, and then your input for the guitar below that. On the back we have, from left to the right, we've got the little flashy light that will tell us from Bluetooth connectivity. We've got auxiliary in, and we've got a USB out and a DC in as well for your power. It's got a nice leather strap on it, and I personally think the quality of this is like really well made. They've done a really good job at making this. And if I look shiny, because I am, on my big forehead, it's because it's like 30-degree heat here in England at the moment and I am sweating. So let's take a look at the tones. I will be using my PRC 24, which I'll have a video on that coming out soon because that's a new guitar that I've bought. Going into, straight out the back of the Spark into my iPad, which will be running GarageBand, and that'll be that. Let's take a look. Okay, so all settings are set at noon apart from reverb, which is upper quarter. We're just going to cycle through the tones. So the first one is acoustic. Let's see what that sounds like. Now let's try the bass. Now we're on the clean. Only joking. Now we've got glassy. Now we got crunch. High gain. Metal, which I can't do. Metal, I can't do that. So comment below on what you thought of the just the standard presets in the amp with no app, and let me know what you thought of my playing. Comment below, and it is like 30-degree heat. I am absolutely sweating, so forgive me for my sheen or shine that's coming off of my massive forehead. So let's have a look through the app here. I'll throw up the what I'm doing on my screen. Just going to connect to the Spark, searching. What I will say, this app is absolutely amazing, but there are some flaws with it. I believe that the amp works better on Apple than it does on Android. On my phone, I've got an Android phone, and on that, when you add the Apple Music to it, it only goes up to F in the alphabet on the music, so I can't actually move it across. But the app itself, because you can find any sort of music you want on here, I didn't really need the Apple Music across, but it must admit it does run better on Apple. So I'll just show you. So literally, if we search for, there you go, let's search for that, which I've searched for before, and we've got Raconteur, Salute Your Solution. I'm not going to play it, but obviously for copyright. But yeah, so you got on there all the chords that it says that they should be, but it's a bit hit and miss on the chords, I think, because I've played stuff on here before and it hasn't found the chords that I'm playing, so it's a bit hit and miss, and obviously songs that I'm trying to learn to play, the chords on here aren't particularly right, so again, like I say, it's hit and miss, but it is a really good app. Let's go back to the amp. So for instance, the inbuilt ones we got here, clean, crunch, so we're on crunch. So if you didn't want a particular reverb in there, you can just slide your finger up on that. That takes it out, slide it back in, just as easy as that, and that gives you that sound. Or you can slide any of those in whatsoever, and then you can press on one of the pedals and manipulate the volumes and levels on each pedal if you want, which is really good. If you want to go onto the tone cloud, there's that little button up there. Let's have a little search for AC/DC, which I've done before, and then it'll come up with a load of different ones on here that you can look at, and then you just favourite them, which I have on that one, and then I've literally got that in my listings. If I go back, so hardware also, it's all set out, so there's blues, pop, rock. So if I go into rock, you can see I've got an AC/DC one at the bottom there that I've downloaded from the tone cloud, and all of the others are pretty much already in here. Brad Paisley one that I downloaded, and you can manipulate everyone and save them, so it's really good. So I'll show you my Apple Music. So Apple Music, so it's got everything listed that I've got on Apple Music, but like I say, on the Android one it didn't list it. And the Smart Jam as well, just to touch on the Smart Jam. When I've done the Smart Jam before, it's not the best, I didn't think. Again, it didn't really recognise the chords that I'd done, but you know, it's one of those things. I think overall it's really good. With a couple more tweaks it'd be excellent, but you know, it's really good fun to play with, so endless amounts of hours to have playing through all the stuff here. So overall I think this amp is really good. It's really worth the money, especially for £200. It's a really good practice amp. If you've got amps like the ones I've got side of me for gigging and stuff, this one fits in really well in between those. For the amps that you can't crank up at home, although this is pretty loud itself, it's really good for that. And I think the toe cloud on the app that the Spark gives is really good, and you can get any tone that you require at all, and you can get any tone that you want. The other thing about this is I think it's a really good quality Bluetooth speaker, so if you don't want to play guitar but just connect your phone or tablet up to it, it is really good for a Bluetooth speaker just to listen to music through. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the share button, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video. And remember, don't practice, just play. Cheers.